What's happening? Of course, you know it's your boy B Hot Radio Shout In. As always, I got my podcast partner off in this thing. The original hot boy himself, Turk.
Yo, what it do, what it is, man. I'm cool, and you heard me?
Yes, sir. Now, Turk, we got a friend and family member to the show off in this thing. He's leading the country and our culture in this new tech space as well, okay? Mr. Isaac Hayes III, what's going on with it, boss?
What's up, man? What's up, fellas? What's going on?
Feeling good, feeling great. Now, Isaac, we ain't gonna hold no punches. We ain't gonna waste no time.
Got it.
Fan base. What's going on right now? Because see, what we've been seeing trending right now is that everybody's leaving X and they're trying to find some place to go.
Yeah.
How can we get in the fan base, sir?
Well, just go to download the app. It's on iOS and Android.
That's right.
We in 190 countries and territories worldwide.
Okay.
We are a little different than X, but we are better.
Ooh.
For a few reasons. One, you monetize from the moment you get on the platform. Two, we don't shadow ban or suppress content.
Come on now.
You know what I'm saying? Three, you can actually own the platform if you want to invest and have equity in it.
Okay. Then.
And that's really important. But to describe fan base super quick is fan base is what I call the next generation social economy platform. We've heard of social media, we've heard of the creator economy, but what the world is about to head into is the social economy.
Talk to me.
Where you monetize your life in any way, shape, or form for free if people want to tip you. But if you want to have subscribers, if you want to be Netflix, if you want to be Hulu, if you want to be Disney Plus, you can be Disney Plus.
Yeah.
And that's the important part about it. So we have 6 formats. So we have photos and videos, which are posts, stories, live, audio chat rooms, long form content like YouTube,
my God,
and short form content like TikTok that we call Flicks.
Yeah.
All in one app. The Everything app. There's never really been an Everything app, but Fanbase is really the Everything app.
What about going live? Live stream?
You can live stream. Yeah, absolutely. You can live stream on Fanbase.
Take me to day one, though, Isaac. What was it that gave you the idea to say, you know what, it's time for me to crank up a social media for my culture?
I was two
and
things.
Also, how were you able to do it here and not go to Silicon Valley, sir?
That's one of the best questions I've been asked. First question is, I didn't have any plans on building a social media platform.
Okay.
But I happened to see this young kid from Memphis go viral and dancing in the Spider-Man costume, and I just shot him a DM on Instagram because he went from he had 300,000 followers in a day.
Yeah.
And so he asked me to manage him. He was like, yo, are you a manager? Can you manage me? And I was like, no, I don't manage content creators. But the thought crossed my mind that he's trying to figure out how to capitalize off this virality.
Yeah.
How do I make money off this?
Exactly.
And a friend of mine had told me about Twitch maybe right around the same time. And he wanted me to join Twitch. And I was like, he's like, yeah, but you got to stream for 15 hours a day minimum to really make money. I was like, I don't have the time for that.
Hell no.
Yeah.
Not at all. So I was like, nah. And so then when I talked to him, I left that conversation. I was like, yo, we need an app where people can subscribe to people just like we subscribe to Netflix. Social media platform where you can follow anyone for free. Yeah. But if you want to, you can subscribe to a person.
Okay.
So first thing I did is research. Okay, what is out there that is like that? And at the time, I could only find 2 platforms that were even remotely close to Fanbase, but still were not Fanbase. One of them was OnlyFans. One of them was Patreon. Okay. And the big difference between both Patreon and OnlyFans was, number one, neither one of those are communities. So you don't build community there. Yeah. You don't have friends and comment on posts and post a lot and go back and forth and all that kind of stuff, right? Because you really go there just to see what you want to see and then you leave. So you go there to see the naked girl, bad chick. You go there to see the content creator you want to see on Patreon, and you leave. Yeah. And then secondly, the way that you subscribe to people, you had to use a credit card, and you had to put an address and the CVV and that whole long process. And I wanted to be able that people could use their iPhone or their Android just like we pay, for apps and stuff, to do it that way. Okay. And so that's how I wound up coming up with the idea. So I was like, okay, now I got to build this thing. And I didn't know where to begin, but I happened to be a member of the Gathering Spot when it first opened. And the cool thing about the Gathering Spot is there's a bunch of different people there that are in different industries. Exactly. And I met a lot of people from the tech industry there. And so those people that I met, I was having conversations with them, and I was just picking their brain, like, so how does this? What do I need to do this? And this is what you got. And they were like, you need this, you need a CTO, you need to raise capital, you need X, Y, Z, you need all these things. I said, okay, cool. So I had been licensing my music for TV and film for the last 7-8 years. Thanks. So I had left the music business early. I was like, you know what? I just want to put my music on like in this library, and if Love and Hip Hop want to use it or the NBA on TNT want to use it, they'll use it. I was making money.
Come on.
So I was like, all right, cool. So I was able to actually advance myself some money from that I've been making. So I said, I went to BMI. I said, okay, let me get $200,000. So I advanced myself $200,000 of my money that I would have made licensing my music on TV and film, and I spent that to build the very first version of Fanbase. So I bet on myself.
You damn right.
To the tune of $200,000, but it paid off.
Exactly.
Okay, so you got a guy like me who always on social media, you know, from Twitter to Facebook, Instagram, Bigo, and I also downloaded Fanbase. How can you keep people on there who do come there and, you know, explore the app, you know what I'm saying, for my own personal reasons? Like, how do you keep a person like me there who be on all these other platforms that's keeping me there?
Well, that is probably one of the hardest things to do for two reasons. One, because of the pattern and the rhythm that people are with social media. It's really a relationship. Whether you know it or not, you actually have a relationship with your social media, like a girlfriend or a boyfriend. You really are, like, people are involved. And when you think about it, you see people all the time talking about how they don't get treated right by the platforms. They don't appreciate them, but they stay.
Yeah.
It's a terrible relationship that you won't leave. Like, leave. And they won't just leave, but you won't. Because I've been on there for 10 years. I've invested time.
That's true.
I put a lot of energy into this relationship. And I just can't walk away.
Can't do it.
You know what I'm saying? And Fanbase come on, I know you talking right, but it's not the same, and I'm afraid. And I done built up so much time. I don't know. It's a psychological, like, it's a psychological situation, right? So that's one. And but for the average person, that doesn't really matter. For the Black community, it's extremely important because we are the energy, the battery power that makes social media work. So our presence on the platform gives value to the platform. So as an underdog as we are, I didn't go to Silicon Valley. Now here's why I didn't go.
Talk to me.
The music business is the only reference of information of how business works that I had. So what I had to do was I had to take the music business and just lay like a filter over top of like the tech industry. And when I did it, it kind of matched up. I was like, okay, so as my friends were explaining to me, you have to create value for your platform and raise money. If you don't, you have to bootstrap. So bootstrapping sounds like, okay, I'm independent. Okay, cool. So then the more you do independent, the more valuable you get to the labels, which are the VCs. So the VCs are like the label, and then the App Store charts are like the Billboard charts. So you're telling me that if I get hot without VCs and I can go up the charts on the App Store, I can sign a deal that if I normally came in there with just saying, hey, look, I got some talent, you got some good things here, but let me get your masters, your publishing, a 7-album deal, let me get, the joint venture 50-50, 360 deal, part of your touring, all that. And I was like, I don't want to do that. That's not even where I come from.
Come on.
So I was like, okay, I'll bet on going independent and doing so. And so that's why I didn't go to Silicon Valley, because a lot of my friends that taught me about tech, that's what they would say. They were like, man, I got voted out of my company.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't give me the money to raise. I had a board and they voted me out. Because, let's say you're a founder, right? So let's say you're a founder. And then we're VCs. And we say, okay, we give you $500,000 for your company. We want board seats. All right, so all three of us on the board. And we give you $500,000. Let's say your company get to like, I don't know, let's say you doubling or tripling your valuation. So we give you $500,000, your company was worth $5 million. Let's say you get to 15. We want to sell. All in favor of selling? Raise your hand. We out. You out. You done. Or we don't think you're doing a good job, so we want to kick you out of the company and bring somebody else to run in to make sure that our investment continues to scale. But you did that. So for me, I remember those lessons. I also have what I call my generational trauma, which is actually a weapon, which is what happened to my dad in the music business. So him losing a lot of rights to his music. So I've never built anything or wanted to be a part of anything that I couldn't own.
That's what we just talked about earlier.
I never did
confirmation.
Exactly.
I never did a publishing deal in the music business. Never did one. It hurt. It cost me. It hurt me in the business. That's why I left, because it was like every time you want to go somewhere, somebody want to sign your publishing, and I was like, look, man, And I remember the amount of value that had. So I was like, okay. So what I did with Fanbase was I trademarked the name before I even built the company. I said, let me trademark it.
Kind of your business.
Yeah, trademark it before I can do that.
Yeah.
And then I remember Steve Jobs at some point getting voted out of Apple as the CEO and the founder.
Yeah.
I was like, how does that happen? And it was because there was only one class of stock involved in the company.
Okay.
So as you take investors, they have stocks. Some of those members have voting shares.
Ooh.
So if the board, part of the company doesn't like what you're doing, they can vote to remove you.
That's right.
So I recall that Zuckerberg had done this thing where they created two classes of stock, where there's common stock, and then there's voting stock.
Yeah.
So I incorporated my company in Delaware to have two classes of stock. Ooh. I own all the voting stock, and if I ever raise capital, I would let people invest in the common stock.
Exactly.
Okay. So I was sitting there with that in the pocket, and I didn't, when I built the app, it took us like 6 months to build it. We launched in 2019. I didn't tell nobody I built it.
Yeah.
Because I wanted it to get, like you said, organic
Exactly.
growth. I didn't want to call you, him, my friend Snoop, download the app. I didn't want to do that because I knew if I went into a room, if I went to the labels, they would ask me, how'd you get these people? Oh, I just call my friends. That's not organic.
Yeah.
So you never want to walk into a business with a reason for somebody to tell you no.
Exactly.
You never want somebody to be like, okay, you can't tell me no because I got organic. So I left it up for a year. We got 10,000 users, and people were making $500-$600, like, and then 700,000, a couple thousand. But one user made $6,000 in 1 year with 10,000, with only 10,000 users on the app.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, it works.
Yeah.
So people will pay for content. They'll subscribe to other people.
Yeah.
Boom. 2020 hit, COVID.
Ooh.
Freeze.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, okay, I'm running out of money because I just took the $200,000. Everybody's stuck in the house.
Ooh.
Can't move.
Yeah.
So I had to talk to a VC.
But
damn, the VC gave me confirmation of what I needed to do.
This is my question though, because during COVID, that was the time for the content creator though at the same time. So if you would have held out just a little longer and just pushed the fan base brand, do you think it would have caught on without the VC?
No, because I'm gonna tell you what happened at the VC meeting. So I took a meeting with a VC, and they said it was real dismissive. You know how you go to anybody been to a label, they if you ain't nobody, they treat you like shit.
Yeah.
Like, whatever. Play your little song.
Yeah.
You play your song, they be on the phone doing all that. And that was kind of the meaning. It was like, okay, she's not really. So at the end, she goes, it was a white woman, and she was like, why would you want to build something that is competing with Mark Zuckerberg and Instagram? Like, he's a god. What makes you think you can take on Facebook and Instagram? And I had a simple, but very, very relevant and very, very factual answer. I said, I can build anything that Mark Zuckerberg can build. He can't build black people.
Exactly.
And your apps don't work without black people.
Exactly.
And that's when I was like, I ain't messing with VCs because it's going to be this conversation all the time.
Okay.
So I was like, all right, cool. I'm straight. All right. Ooh. I still ain't had no money though.
Yeah.
So what do we think? Do we think, like, because I see it a lot, man, and I seen it with a lot of things that Master P do, and I say if Master P would just take his name and his face off of some of the things that he do, I feel like it'll go because some of the ideas be,
brilliant.
Brilliant. And I see it all the time with us, bro. Like, we don't support each other because of what? We think that we getting you rich.
Familiarity bias.
And we don't want to get us rich.
It's familiarity bias.
We don't want to get us rich. Like, do you think that's one of the main reasons is why fan base is not going to where it gonna go? Because it's about to go.
So these are great questions. And these questions lead into the timeline of what happened.
Exactly.
So we're in COVID, and I haven't told anybody that I built this app. But then I remember my friend, her name is Dawn Dixon. She raised money doing this thing called equity crowdfunding. I was like, what's that?
Yeah.
It's a law that Barack Obama put in place so that anybody can invest in your company. Because typically with tech startups, rich people invest in tech startups. So you notice how you ain't never heard you ain't never heard like anybody say, yo, there's an app called Uber, you want to invest? There's an app called Instagram.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? There's an app called Facebook.
Come on.
Nobody ever got that call.
Yeah.
Nobody ever got that call.
At all.
Because there was a law in place that made it illegal for people to invest in those companies. It's called the Accredited Investor Rule. So the Accredited Investor Rule says no one of us can invest in an early stage company unless we make over $200,000 a year for 2 consecutive years,
Yeah.
or are worth $1 million liquid minus our house. So I was like, that's like 99% of people.
Yeah.
So basically, it was a law put in place that rich people, no matter what color you were, had access to the best deals
Exactly.
before everybody did.
Yeah.
And then Obama came and said, that ain't fair. Let's make it so anybody, I don't care if you got a 9 to 5 or whatever, if you want to put some money into a company that's raising capital, I don't care if it's a food company, a tech startup, or whatever, you can.
Yeah.
So then all these companies pop up that allow people to invest, and they're called equity crowdfunding companies.
Yeah.
So boom. So Dawn's the first black woman to raise $1 million in equity crowdfunding.
Yeah.
And so another woman that I know, Timbaland's ex-wife, she said, you need to check out equity crowdfunding. She's in the VC space. She goes, you need to check out equity crowdfunding. I said, okay, let me check it out.
Yeah.
So then I researched it, and I said, okay, cool. And then there's this company called Start Engine that Dawn worked with.
Yeah.
So I was like, yo, this other woman that Dawn knows, she raised $1 million. So I said, yo, can you hook me up with Start Engine? Like, shoot me an email. She goes, yeah, I'll connect you. Send an email to Start Engine. Send in a deck that I made. I learned how to make decks on like Keynote on Apple.
Yeah.
But I remember my senseis, I call them my tech senseis, told me you need to make a deck and all that kind of stuff. So I did that.
Yeah.
So then I sent it to Start Engine, and they liked the vision of what we had, and then so they said you can raise capital. So my first goal was to raise $1 million.
Yeah.
There's a couple rules to that situation. Number one, you can't tell anybody that you're raising the money till your raise goes live. All right? So that means you're stuck. You got to be quiet.
Yeah.
So only 2% of people get accepted to equity crowdfunding out of everybody that apply. I don't care what race you are.
Dang.
So boom. So I made it through that. And,
Yeah.
and I'm glad I did it because it made me learn the business side of fan base way more in detail and depth than I would if I would have just gone to a VC and let them give me the money.
Come on
so
now.
now I know the corporate structure of my company, the taxes, the legal, SEC, all compliance, all these kinds of things to really get started
Yeah.
because you got to go through that. So,
That's awesome.
But now here's the problem that you're talking about. Now I got to be the face of the company. But most people say, when people say that though, when you are raising capital, any VC will tell you this, I don't invest in the company, I invest in the founder.
That's true.
So it's not a problem. It wasn't a problem.
Yeah.
But I didn't have a choice because being COVID, I'm running out of money.
Yeah.
So all I want to do is raise $1 million for my company.
Yeah.
Boom, we're going to do all that. We're going to try to raise $1 million for our company, get our thing started, XYZ.
Yeah.
So, okay, now this is the crazy story. So right at that same time I get accepted, there's this app called Clubhouse. And one of my friends, this girl that I met in tech, she invites me to Clubhouse.
Yeah.
Now at the time, mind you, there's only 4,000 people on the app. It's super exclusive. This is like early August.
Yeah.
So literally it's like, it might be 10 rooms.
Yeah.
At night, nobody be on the app at like 2 in the morning, everybody in bed asleep. It's
Exactly.
nobody on the app. It's quiet.
Yeah.
And I got on there and I was like, okay, I know what I'm gonna do. I said, I'm gonna blow this app up. Cause I know what's gonna happen when I do.
Yeah.
So you used to have invites, cause exclusive can't get in.
Yeah.
So I invited like Snoop Dogg and Charlamagne and Killer Mike and Hannah Kang and Byron Wright and Sean Gary.
Yeah.
So I invited everybody in Atlanta, everybody just do. Then Fadia Cater come on there. So we inviting people. Before you know it, the entire music business is on there. And then all of a sudden you hear like, oh, Meek on here. Oh, 21 Savage on here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, everybody on the app.
Yeah.
And somebody says it. Now the app's starting to blow up. Now, mind you, Fanbase didn't have audio chat. We didn't even have audio chat rooms at all.
Okay.
I didn't have that yet. Somebody said it goes, here we go. We about to blow up another app we don't own. And I was like, got him.
Oh,
Got him. Because when I launch this round, I'm going to come right back. Then people say, well, you can own this one.
Exactly.
So what's up?
Exactly.
And I did. Launched around October 29th, 2020. And that first $50,000 to $60,000 came off of Clubhouse.
What?
Now, here's where it gets interesting. During that time frame, Clubhouse goes from 4,000 users in August to by January, 1 million users. And now there's rumblings that Clubhouse is going to raise money at another valuation off all the entertainers and black people that came and blew the app up.
Oh my God.
So the community on Clubhouse is like, can we invest? So I'm raising my capital.
Yeah.
So at that point, that first 50, 60,000 come off of Clubhouse, I wound up raising not only my million, but an extra, I want to say like 2 or 3 million on a wait list because I did the Breakfast Club and it went viral.
I recall.
So
I recall that.
I went from 300,000 to over $1 million in like 2 hours.
Man.
Went viral.
Yeah.
And then I had a wait list of money. Right around that time, SEC said, okay, now since it's COVID, you can raise up to 5 million in the calendar year. I was like, perfect. Now not only do I have $1 million, now I got extra money I can collect, but I couldn't grab it till March of 2021. But all that process, I hear this Clubhouse thing going on. And I'm like, all right. So then Clubhouse turns around and raises, ready? $100 million at a $1 billion valuation because we blew it up. And granted, I assisted in that.
Yeah.
I will definitely say was a big contributor to that. Back when you used to go on Clubhouse and see who invited you, you could go on everybody's name. Snoop Dogg, Charlamagne, Killer Mike, my name be right there, Hannah King, everybody's name. Ike's the one brought me here. And that led to other people, which led to other people.
Yeah.
So I was like, dang, that's messed up. But I was like, I got money now. So I turned to my CTO, I said, we're going to build audio chat in the fan base. And we built it in 2 months.
That's right.
Now, what I thought was going to happen was that once I built this amazing audio chat into this platform that already had 5 functionalities, that all the people that got shitted on Clubhouse that wanted to invest was like, we're leaving Clubhouse, we're going to invest in fan base and move over. And some did, but it didn't really happen like that. And that's where we get into the whole familiarity bias, which most people, it's not foreign to anybody, but most people that you know will not support you. Most of your support will come from strangers.
Facts.
Because we have a familiarity bias. Sometimes it's hate, but sometimes it's just like, I'll get around to it, you my guy.
Exactly.
I'll support your business.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Yeah.
But I'm like, no, I need you to support it right now.
Now, nigga. Yeah.
So that's what happened with, me.
So have you ever thought about, how you say audio, have you thought about doing video?
Yeah, we have video.
Yeah, I think they got all the functionality.
We got
on
everything.
there.
Okay.
So now this is my question though, Isaac. You get the millions raised. What do you do with the millions? How do you incorporate that into the business as far as structuring the actual business, marketing, the growth and everything, and for the user experience?
So to build, here's the thing that you learn about tech really quick. And my development team is incredible. We can build it. It's not what you can build. Anything can be built. I have a development team that's incredible, right?
Yeah.
One of the things that was unique about how I wound up with the development team that I did is that initially I was trying to actually hire black developers. Off the gate, I was trying to hire black developers like from the very beginning to actually run the company. I mean, to build the app. And the first guy kind of blew me off, like, not really interested. It's cool, but I got bigger things to do. And the second guys then had their stuff together. So randomly, my attorney, who has been my attorney in the entertainment and music space since like 2004, said, hey, I know a guy that he's like a retired soccer player from Argentina, but he has a development company. And when I did this movie, he built our website, and it was really cheap because he lives here in Atlanta, but the development team lives in Argentina. So I'm pretty sure you could get your app built for way cheaper.
Yeah.
We had a conversation, hooked up. It was like magic. Clicked.
Yeah.
So I hired them to build the app.
Yeah.
Now, what also helps that is that when you're raising capital, as a tech founder, no one will give you a dime unless the person that is technically building your app does not own a part of it.
Damn.
So he had to own part of the app, but we were at the point where I was going to ask him, but he actually ended up asking me.
Okay.
He started me on this, hey Isaac, we've never seen anything like Fanbase before. We built apps for the CDC, Taco Bell, all these big brands, Heineken, whatever. This is something different. We want to know if we can invest and have equity. I was like, yes.
Oh, yeah.
So now I got my development team.
Okay.
Now they own part of the company.
Yeah.
So now I can talk my shit. So now I know, like, I bet I can build TikTok.
Yeah.
We can build TikTok, right?
Exactly.
Okay, cool.
Come on.
So when I learned that, it's like, it's not about what you can build, it's how fast you can build it. It's resources now.
Yeah.
So somebody can say, hey, can you build dark mode or can you build, video game streaming? I'd be like, we can build it, right? He's like, yeah, but how fast you want it done? You want it done like in a month or you want it like 8 months? And we got 8 month money.
Yeah.
So to keep fan base going, we follow our budget. That's why we're still around, because we don't blow money.
Okay.
A lot of these tech founders get $30, $40 million, blow the money in 18 months, boats, girls, Ferraris, cocaine, don't even build nothing. And I'm the black guy here doing the most with the least. And we making it work. But to really meet the demands to get people to adopt to the platform, you need massive amounts of capital.
Okay.
But here's the thing that's important. Again, we are the economic engine of pretty much every entertainment infrastructure in the company. And so what what we should be recognizing is like, damn, do we own any of this shit?
Come on.
And we don't. Another thing in social media, I learned that social media is like 50% technology, but it's 50% psychology, as I mentioned before.
Okay.
And so the black community is addicted to disrespect.
Come on with it.
We're addicted.
Come on with it.
It's crazy.
All you got to do is tell black people they're not wanted somewhere, and we fight harder to get in. Don't shop at Gucci. Like Jim Jones, well, I'm gonna buy more Gucci to show you. You know what I'm saying? Don't be on TikTok. Well, I'm gonna fight harder to stay on TikTok. I'm gonna work harder. And I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. And so, it's really trying to deprogram that integration mindset that people have. Because here's the thing: when you grow up here, we don't have that energy here. This is the only this is why fan base. I don't think fan base would have existed outside of Atlanta because I wouldn't have had the balls to believe that I could do it. But when you live in Atlanta, you got balls.
Come on.
You got to be like, oh, I'm gonna build a movie studio.
Exactly.
Bigger than all the movie studios in Hollywood, like Tyler Perry, and do this shit.
Come on.
That's why I moved to Atlanta.
Exactly.
I'm gonna start a record label like LA and Babyface. We gonna start this thing in Atlanta and blow it up and be as big as all the other record labels.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna run our own city.
We're gonna run our own city.
Hey, you also have a I saw the fat guy, the big guy, Rob. I think that's his name. He's a content creator.
Oh yeah, Rob.
And he had all the females and stuff. So it's like a content house. I think.
They had one of those. Yeah.
Okay, so how do you put that with fan base? Like, how did that come about?
So we had a creator conference, and this is okay. So I'm about to talk real shit though.
Ooh.
So we had a creator conference in 2021 that we did in July, right after COVID. And I invited like 24 creators from all over the country to come to Atlanta, brought them out. They were here for like 2-3 days. And there were two caveats. We wanted to introduce them to the app and then give them stock options in the company to promote the app and use the app once they go back out in the world and do all the other things. And we did. We set it up. Out of the 24 that we did, only one actually did everything that they were supposed to do. The reason being is because at that time, everybody still doesn't understand that subscriptions are coming. People are still worried about ad revenue. And again, like you're in the ad revenue space. So that money it's right there. It's enticing.
Exactly.
And so they're like, TikTok's paying, Instagram's paying, YouTube's paying, so everybody, the views, and that's how, and then they get brand deals because they're famous. So now they care about fame to get the brand deals and then get the ad revenue. And I'm over here with a platform like, nah, we don't do that. But you can put your stuff behind a paywall and unlimitedly run it up. And with in-app purchase technology, which we pioneered, which no other app had the ability to subscribe to another person using your phone like Apple and Google. No other app had that before Fanbase. So I'm like, do you understand when you just look at the path? So being a visionary, which is I'm gonna call myself a visionary because I understand, because when you're a visionary, you see things that people don't see.
That's right.
You see the path like, oh, wait a minute, you're telling me that how fast a person can subscribe to you, and I put content behind a paywall, I'll be able in the future to make millions of dollars in days. Millions of dollars, even not billions in a year. I'm seeing this. I'm doing the math. I'm like, wait a minute. So-and-so got X amount of followers, man. All he needs like 3-5% of them people to subscribe to him. And you got money coming in every month over month to scale your joint like that. So again, the psychology of the way that the black community is addicted to attention and virality and ad revenue and all that, it really goes against, what the genesis of fame. We're early to the party.
But they'll go on OnlyFans. So OnlyFans, when you think of OnlyFans, you think of freaky shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I on fan base. Can you do freaky shit on fan base?
No, because no. So here's one thing that we don't. So we definitely allow.
That freaky shit make a motherfucker subscribe.
We allow like normal nudity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But only behind the paywall because it can't be public facing because it's an app.
Yeah.
Just like any other app. Like a young person could download the app or XYZ. Young kid, we have to protect children.
Yeah.
And all stuff and stuff that they can get into. So, but you have platforms where it's like women will sue you or protest they can't breastfeed or they can't, like these two girls sued that they could walk around Central Park in New York nude and they won.
Yeah.
So women can walk around topless in Central Park just like men. So it's like we gotta evolve with the times. Like look, if women can breastfeed, they can have their breasts out and they want to have like men, then fine. So and that's exactly what we did. So but sex, we ain't playing that. But here's the thing, it's like the podcasters been doing it, they're not busting it open. Costa not doing it. He making crazy. He not busting it open.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So and it's not about sex. It's the belief that your content has value and the guts to charge people for it. That's it.
Exactly.
And most people don't have the guts to charge for content. They don't.
I agree with that 1,000%.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I agree with that. But what about the ad rev, model? Why don't you incorporate that in the fan base too? Because the beautiful thing about YouTube that makes it easy is because we don't have to find a sales force. They put the ads on there for us. So it's like all I got to do is get my currency is time and attention. I get people to spend time
100.
and pay attention. If I can make that happen, I'm gonna get paid.
Right.
So what is as far as fan base is concerned, are y'all thinking about bringing an ad rev type of situation over there as well? Or?
So here's the reason why I didn't want to do ad revenue, and hopefully it'll make sense when I say it. Who's the person that you follow on Instagram with the most followers? Name somebody that you probably follow that's got like a ton of followers.
Beyonce.
Okay, Beyonce. Okay, let's look at. So then we'll go to Beyonce's. We'll go to Beyonce's Instagram page right now. Right. Beyonce has 314 million followers.
My God.
Now, stop for a second and say, see, that's misleading. The psychology behind that is already misleading.
Yeah.
Because if those people follow you and you post that content,
They're gonna get the same.
they're really viewers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how many people watch the Super Bowl every year?
Exactly.
100 million.
Exactly.
So you telling me that Beyonce has three times the amount of people that watch the Super Bowl
Yeah.
Exactly.
that follow her on her page right now?
Yeah.
They don't all.
So if Beyonce posted a commercial from one of the major brands, she could charge them like $28 million.
That's right.
And never work again.
Come on.
And then that would kill Instagram and Facebook's ad revenue because they would bypass running ads on your platform and go directly to Beyonce.
Yeah.
So it's not real.
So for that very reason, when you go to her page, she got a post that got 9.2 million views. Because they're like, we're not letting you meet 312 million people.
Yeah.
We're not letting you 340. No, we're going to crush your visibility.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they suppress your content.
Yeah.
So the platform that you're on right now is working against you.
Exactly.
Because they know the bigger you get, the more opportunity you have to run ads on your page. So no, you got to go through us.
Yeah.
So we're never letting you reach that many people. So I said, well, wait a minute. If I take Beyonce and say, let's say she can get 314 million people on fan base. Right? No, not even subscribe. It's not even that. 314 million people on fan base, but I need 5% of those people to subscribe to her, right? So that's 15,700,000 people. That's the beehive.
Yeah.
Forget the other 95%.
Yeah.
The other 95% of people that follow you on social media are either nosy, they're haters, or they're just mildly interested in what you do. They're like, okay, I'll look at it. Beyonce's cool.
Fan
whatever.
base
You know?
organic, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So if she could get 15,700,000 people to subscribe to her for like, hey, I'm working on my album. Hey, this is my new wardrobe gonna look like. Hey, me and Jay-Z, we about to renew our vows. We're gonna make a whole special about it. Are we raising our kids? We're gonna start to put, we're either gonna have a show on our app. We're gonna film all this content and put it behind the paywall.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna charge $9.99 a month. And fan base is gonna give me 70% of that revenue, and Apple and Google are gonna get 30 because I wouldn't even take anything. Normally it's 50-50, but Beyonce, she gets 70. I can't do anything about the 30 because Apple and Google take 30% of every transaction.
Yeah.
So that's $7 a subscriber.
Yeah.
So that means Beyonce would make, she make $109 million a month. She make $1.3 billion a year.
Yeah.
Now what I'm telling you right now is that's possible today.
Can you make your own pay
Hold
on the subscribers?
But listen to what I just said. That the ability to get on an app, right? Let's say the ability to get on an app like Fanbase, right? So let me pick this up. So the ability to do this right now exists. That means I can hit a button, and then that will say $9.99 for Beyonce. Hit that button, and it's gonna pop up. And then once I pay for this, bloop bloop, and then she get that $7 just like that. She could do that today, right there. Instant. No app did that before Fanbase. So this black dude that was in the music business, they had nothing, all these big ass apps out here. Now all of them do this.
Everybody, Hot Boy Turkey is going on Fanbase. Y'all make sure y'all follow me.
So now Instagram do it. Now TikTok do it. Now X do it. You know what I'm saying? All these platforms do it. They copy what I did. But think about that. So so what I'm saying is nothing is going to stop the world from going in that direction.
So what separates you from the rest of them? Like you just said, but what really separates you from a Beyonce having that amount of followers and coming to your app and being able to get the subscribers?
The intentional approach that we're taking to building the platform rather than the organic approach. Meaning, if I wanted to build Fanbase organically, then I would just get behind the scenes. I would let people come on the app, whoever they are. I wouldn't raise capital on Start Engine and just let the app grow and then try to get rich myself. My point is, we make the platform grow up. So we make it go viral and blow up all the time. So I was like, well, then why don't I let us all invest and then we run it up? To literally move over to the platform. So Fanbase goes from this valuation to this valuation, this valuation. Eventually, either I go public like we do in the stock market, or somebody comes and buys us for billions and billions of dollars. We cash out and then we go build something else.
See, that's another thing now. Okay, I invest in this app. And somebody do say, you know what, I want to buy it, and you ain't behind it no more. Where do that leave me?
So that's not my plan. So, and that's not the goal. The goal for Fanbase, well, first of all, there's always, the eventuality for any company is to sell in one way or another. And there's three ways that'll happen. It's either a merger, an acquisition, or you go public. So Fanbase merges with another company, and that company buys everybody out and moves on. You get acquired by another company, and they just buy at the value of the company that you sell it for, or you go public, and then at that time, however many shares you have in your company, you sell it. There's never been a startup, right, that's existed that hasn't functioned the same way. So when I tell people to invest in Fanbase, I'm asking people to invest in Fanbase like they're investing in Instagram. Like you did get the call to invest in Uber. Like you did get the call to invest in Twitter. But now you get the shot to do it. So then I ask you this question again, it's gonna make sense. What gives a social media platform its value?
The black folks.
The users.
Yeah, us.
Okay, so the users, more users increase the value, which lets the company go out and raise money and then build bigger and scale bigger and exit. So then what if a guy built an app, but not only he didn't build it for himself, he let anybody invest, and then you leverage your following, and you leverage your following, and everybody here leverage their following, but we buy shares first. And then we say, we out. And we go to Fanbase, and then all of a sudden, Fanbase shoots up the charts, like I said. And then the VCs that watch it like the record labels pick up the phone and say, how much money you want? We want to invest in Fanbase. Okay, cool. Give me $150 million for 15%. Now we got $150 million. So now Fanbase is valued at, $1.5, $3 billion. Now I got the money. Now I got to, remember, I built all this with less than $10 million.
Come on.
Now I got $150 million in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm not paying $250,000 office leases and flying around private jets and throwing parties. I wear the same t-shirt and jeans every day. You already know what I do. I'm at work every day.
Come on now.
I just gonna build this shit. So I'm like, okay, now we can play. Because when you pick up the phone, see the fact that, check this out, the fact that when you pick up your phone, you mention Fanbase amongst TikTok or Instagram or Clubhouse. Facebook is worth $1.5 trillion. You know what I'm saying? TikTok away from ByteDance is $150 billion. Instagram away from Facebook, Meta, is a $200 billion company.
My God.
You know what I'm saying? Clubhouse raised $350 million at a $4 billion valuation. I got all their functionality that they did, and I spent less than $10 million.
So this is my question, Isaac. What is it that we have to do to get you there? And then also, as a business owner, we talk about influence in this tech space and what's going on. You know, when you went to the Breakfast Club, you saw what real influence looked like. So when you're trying to get folks to migrate over to the platform, how difficult has that been when you're coming across folks that might seem like they have a lot of influence, but it might not be as much as you think? So if Beyonce got 319 million followers, but 219 of them are bots. Where does that leave you when you're trying to make stuff happen?
I promise you that the number one question that I get asked about coming to Fanbase is, well, what's the engagement like? I said, you're still addicted. You're still worried about views.
Yeah.
You still, I see what you're saying. And we have to adapt. And I understand the importance of adapting, because the differences with us is like, again, I think following is dead.
Yeah.
So I say all the time, following is dead. And I can prove that following is dead. When I can prove following is dead, I ask you a simple question.
What?
Would you rather have 1 million followers and 100,000 views on a video, or 100,000 followers and 1 million views on a video?
You give it 1 million views.
Exactly. So you don't care about your following.
Yeah.
You just want the reach.
Exactly.
So people want that reach.
Yeah.
So we have to provide that reach. And we have the best opportunity to provide that reach, because we are in the back end trying to figure out how we can squash you down to get money off ads.
Yeah.
But people are so addicted to the views and the likes and all the attention. It's a dopamine hit.
Yeah.
So it's harder for that. And then nobody wants to be, no celebrity wants to be the first person at the party. Nobody wants to look lame. Nobody wants to show up and look lame. Now, granted, Fanbase has a lot of people that are investors on the back end that are very famous.
Yeah.
And I keep those people quiet for that same reason you're talking about. Because if Kendrick's investing in Fanbase, then the Drake fans ain't coming. If Drake's investing in Fanbase and they know about it, then the Kendrick fans ain't coming. So everybody that's investing in Fanbase,
Yeah.
just let me be the only person that people know that's invested.
Okay.
Just me.
I feel
Let
that.
them hate on me.
Yeah.
But
Well,
all you other,
I'm about to be the new face fan base. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, hot boy Turk. Yeah. And I'm
really
bringing all the hot boys. You did. Yeah.
and you really don't find out about that till the company exits. So you hear about Nas, like, oh yeah, not Ring got sold, or Shaq, or Snoop.
Okay.
Because they've been quiet the whole time. They don't,
Exactly.
they don't be out there because then people get to judge you.
I needed this
So
conversation.
as an investor, how little can I invest and how much can I stand to make?
You don't want to play them games, because I can
to
tell you the real.
Let's do these numbers, sir.
Okay, so, well, Fanbase started out at a $20 million valuation.
Yeah.
I've done 4 rounds. I raised it at $20 million, a 50 at 85, and now I'm raising it at $160 million. Means Fanbase is valued at $160 million.
Okay.
Right? The minimum to invest right now is $399.
Okay.
So that gets you 60 shares of stock in Fanbase at $665 a share. All right, now, so let's just take 160. Let's take 160 million. Now let's do that in multiples of 10. 1.6 billion, 16 billion, and 160 billion. At 160 billion, Fanbase is still not as big as Facebook, TikTok, or Instagram. But that's still 1,000 times your investment.
Okay.
So for every dollar you invest in Fanbase, you get 1,000 back.
Ooh.
So if you put $499, you walking away with probably like what, 500,000?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
That
But here's
makes
the thing.
sense to me.
Here's the thing that's crazy about that, though. We can control that. We literally can control it.
Yeah.
You can invest and then move. There's no way. There's no way that I could be any of these big celebrities and be like, if I have the ability to move 2 or 3 million people at will, let me go put like 250,000 in Fanbase and then say, I got a Fanbase page, y'all pull up. The app shoots up the store, my investment goes up, and I can monetize on the front end. I got equity on the back end. And everybody started doing that. Before you know it, Fanbase is a $100 billion company. Then I'm like, okay, let's go public. And you can sell all your shares. It's the biggest legal flip of all time. It's literally a legal flip. It's literally to the point that I asked ChatGPT that question today. I did. I asked ChatGPT the question. I posted this morning, and people don't understand because I shared the video about Cadillac. I don't know if you saw the Cadillac video. And then I shared a post about Grandmaster Flash. And these are two very important posts that I made. And shout out to White George who did the Cadillac post. But my Grandmaster Flash post even had Grandmaster Flash call me and say, what you said, I appreciate you, but it's bittersweet and it stings a little bit. I'm gonna tell you why. The video that I made about Grandmaster Flash was this. Grandmaster Flash pioneered like scratching and breakbeat spaces for rapping, right? So he's the one that, with 2 turntables on the mixer, allowed you to extend the breakbeat so that you could rap over it. So room, I'm gonna loop it over here, so you gave that room. So think about that. To the point that even if you think about the music industry, that invention right there.
He invented the loop.
Right, which means the SB1200 and the MPC even
Fruity
came
Loops.
and even the MPC come from that. So listen, right. So then when he did it, I say, I talk about you all the time. I said, if I had a time machine, I would go back in time and say, do not show a motherfucker what you just showed me. Do not do this in front of nobody. I'm telling you, cuz. Let's go figure out how to build turntables. And let's start a turntable and mixer company. Because everybody that does this is going to need these items. And if you don't own the infrastructure, all those people benefit.
Yeah.
So you fast forward from 1975 all the way to about to be damn near 2025.
Yeah.
Pioneer, Techniques, Serato, they own the DJ culture.
Facts.
They own the infrastructure of DJing.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And it's almost like a $12 billion industry, right?
Come on.
That should belong to Grandmaster Flash.
Yeah.
We should be DJing on the Flash 5000, not that shit, the
Exactly.
Pioneer, CDJs, and all that. That should be Flash should own that.
Exactly.
Because
He created it.
So our innovation, right, leads to infrastructure growth that we don't own.
Yeah.
So we do that in everything. We
Yeah.
do that in sports. So the NFL, whole bunch of white people own the NFL teams. Black people power it, right? The NBA, whole bunch of white owners. Black people are the #1 stars.
Come on.
Even when you think about Negro League baseball,
Yeah.
only reason Jackie Robinson got integrated into baseball is because Negro Leagues was crushing Major
on
League
their
Baseball.
ass,
The
yeah.
black people were going to watch black people play baseball more than white people play baseball.
Come on.
And they were like, all right, put these niggas on the field.
Exactly.
Because we about to lose our shirt.
Exactly.
And in the ABA with Dr. J, he was jumping up in the air and throwing the basketball through the hoop.
Exactly.
He wasn't running around running the plays with the white guys. He was like,
He was
"Woo."
flying.
And then they
Exactly.
said, let's do this thing called a three-pointer. Woo! And the NBA was like, oh shit, let's go buy them because
Come on.
we about to be messed up.
Exactly.
So I use these examples all the time. I use L.A. Reid as an example. L.A. Reid, Running Along, Outkast, TLC, Tony Braxton, Usher.
Yeah.
Off to the races. He does one thing, and they offer him a job at Arista. What does he do? He signs Pink. Oh, you signing white girls now? Oh, shit. Hold on. Wait a minute. How about you come run our company, and we'll buy your company?
Yeah.
Because if you keep going at this rate, you're going to eventually sign, Justin Bieber,
Exactly.
like he did, and Avril Lavigne, and Kanye, and The Dream, and Rihanna,
My
and
God.
all these other people, and Future,
Yeah.
and 21 Savage,
Yeah.
and Rick Ross, and Jeezy, and Sierra, and,
Yeah.
and you still get the Outkast albums, and you still get
Exactly.
so now you'll be bigger than us. So they're like, oh no, let's get him.
Yeah.
So they buy LaFace, you run Arista, and they fire you like 3 years later.
So
Outta
do you
here.
think that's what's gonna happen to fan base?
No,
Have people been trying to acquire you?
no, they don't want to
Why not?
because it's the beat 'em phase right now.
Ooh.
This is the beat 'em phase.
I've been there.
They're like, nah, let's see if he can do it.
Okay, so will you eventually, if they did come,
For the right amount.
you
Absolutely.
just like me, you
Yeah,
will.
exactly.
No,
You real.
but here's the point though. The right
real.
amount for me is the amount that gives a return to the investors. I can sell fan base today.
Yeah.
At $160 million valuation, I'll
Yeah.
probably get half that money. That's like $80 million for me. That's great. But that doesn't change the course of black wealth in America.
Ooh.
It just makes me a guy that can go around and say, I own a tech
I did
company
it.
and I'm driving
Yeah.
a nice car like everybody else, like all the other rich black celebrities. Cool. I'm not.
Come on.
I ain't with that though. We
I'm
got to do
with you.
something different.
I'm with you.
We got to scale that we actually can affect our life.
Yeah.
Like the way that we rescued Cadillac. I don't know if you saw the video.
Yeah.
How black people in the 1930s saved Cadillac from the Great Depression because black people didn't sell the Cadillac
Yeah.
and black people couldn't put their money in banks. So black dudes were paying white dudes $300 over the sticker price to go buy them a Cadillac.
Mm-hmm.
The celebrities and all the wealthy people, which saved the company from almost insolvency, bankruptcy, and all that kind of shit, right?
See that?
But we don't own Cadillac.
Come on.
So I'm gonna keep referring back to these systems that we build that we don't own.
Yeah.
So we fast forward to social media. We don't own these platforms.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you right now, I know for a fact it's literally impossible to promote or market anything as being cool without the assistance of black people.
Yeah.
It can be sentimental, romantic, adventurous, but you need our dance. You need Montel Jordan. This is how we do it. You need Return of the Mac. You need Older the Bastard, Shimmy Shimmy Ya. You need our dances. You need Drewski. You need Kai Cenat. You need Kevin Hart. You
Yeah.
need us.
Yeah.
Or nobody's gonna think the shit is cool. You need black people.
So how do we break that though? Like if we know these
you have
things.
to, because we're so programmed that wealth is competition in the black community and when it's collaboration in other communities.
Yeah.
We so busy trying to be the only one like Highlander, where they like, man, no, we can have, I think there's like 6,000 billionaires.
Yeah.
Like globally, there's only 10 black billionaires in the United States of America.
Yeah.
And we need 100.
Yeah.
Because 100 changes things.
Come on.
And then we need really wealthy people to be able to help people run for office.
Yeah.
Help people win campaigns, like Elon did for Kamala.
Exactly.
Right. He bought a whole social media platform. Imagine being as rich enough that you can buy a whole social media app to help somebody win an election. That's rich.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or Michael Bloomberg, when Michael Bloomberg ran for president in 2020, he spent $1 billion on commercials and lost. He didn't even think about that. F that billion. I got more.
Come on.
So my point is that we aren't, but we have to leverage black culture as the asset that it is, but it's literally like water. You have to put it in something. You have to put it in a drum machine. You have to put it in a microphone. You have to put it in a phone. You have to put it in a shoe. That's our gift, is that we innovate everything, but we don't build infrastructure to contain our innovation.
For a content creator that wants to get on fan base today, how do they begin making money as soon as they get on the platform?
So there's two ways to make money on fan base. Number one, you can tip people with love.
Okay.
So you can like something and you can love it. So you buy love, which is like Twitch bits, but you buy that currency and then I say, oh, if I like this photo, I just give you a couple loves. But every love is half a penny.
Yeah.
They add up.
Yeah.
So you can make 50 cents off a photo that you would post on Instagram with hardly any followers.
Exactly.
And then you can have subscribers.
Yeah.
So as a platform scales, I'm thinking, man, I went live one day on Fanbase and DJ for a little while, and I made like $250. And I had like 235 people watch me live. The entire live, only 235 people watched me, but I made $250. I said, that means one day someone's going to go live on Fanbase, have 1 million viewers, and make $1 million.
Come on.
You got to have the vision to see that.
Hot boy turkey. See, this the time to promote. My fan base page, you did. Hot boy turkey. Yeah, with the man, you did.
Isaac, the creator economy though, man, how do you feel about this new world? Because I think what's going on now, a lot of people are just shifting their focus from mainstream media to independent media, and this creator economy is allowing people to make more money independently than they ever have working for anybody.
That's disruption. I love it.
Yeah.
That's why I'm here to fuck it up for everybody.
Exactly. I'm with you.
I'm here to ruin the party.
Exactly.
I'm here. And here's how you ruin the party. See, again, I look at things like, I take things and like demystify them, right? I make it like, let's just get down to what this shit really is.
Exactly.
So what are views? Views are eyeballs.
Yeah.
All I need is your attention.
Come on.
So you're telling me that, let's say, shorty that does Pop the Balloon, right? When I watch the Pop the Balloon show, I watch it.
Yeah.
It lasts about 1 hour.
Yeah.
Okay, right? Okay. It might take her, to film that 1 hour, it might take her $10,000, $15,000 to film that one episode. If I watch an episode of Loki on Disney Plus, they spent $25 million. All I'm battling for is your eyeballs. All I need is your attention for 1 hour.
Come on.
Whether I spend $25 million or $2,500.
Facts.
So that's the world we live in. So my point is that anybody with a phone in their hand, as long as I can take attention away from you, I can charge and people will subscribe, which is what Kai is doing.
Yeah.
That's why Kai's got over 500,000 subscribers on Twitch. He's probably gonna reach 600,000 or something. He's probably gonna reach some crazy amount of number in these last few days that he's on streaming on Twitch.
Everybody going some.
But my point is this though, he has subscribers.
Yeah.
So he has recurring month-over-month revenue. And that's my point, is he can build a business off that. He could say, well, now I can take this money and start a production company and start making my own independent films.
Exactly.
Or I can take that money and invest in another company.
Yeah.
Or do things like, cause I know my money's coming in, where they might change the ad revenue payout. Has your ads payout ever changed on YouTube?
Oh, CPM, yeah. Sometimes it's high, sometimes it's low.
And
Just
so you really can't get too ballsy.
Well, it depends, man. It depends on the fan base. If you got an organic fan base, you're going to be good.
No, but my point is, I've seen people go from making $80,000 a month to $15,000 the next month, and then $25,000 the next month, and then $40,000 the next month. So you can't. So you can't. But I know if I got a certain amount of subscribers coming in month over month.
Oh no, I see exactly what you're saying.
I can build off that.
Yeah.
So the creator economy and social media are headed to a place which I said the social economy.
Yeah.
Which is where everybody's a content creator. Anybody that participates in any way, shape, or form on social media, you're creating content.
Exactly.
So if you're in the comments, you're a content creator.
That's right.
If you're in the DMs, you're creating content.
Yeah.
If you're creating the content, you're creating content. I don't care if I post a picture of the food that I'm eating. I'm a content creator. They're going to run ads in between that based off what's in the photo. So we're all part of the system. It's whether or not do you want to make money off the system, or you want the system to make money off you.
Exactly.
And that's the reason why I built fan base, so that we can make money off of the system. We can leverage our reach, our celebrity, our cool, our culture in a way that monetizes us and allows us to make money. And that's extremely disruptive, because that will allow athletes to make more money than the teams they play for.
Yeah.
It'll allow music artists to make more money than the labels they're signed to.
Yeah.
It'll allow actors to make more money than the studios they make pictures for.
Come on.
So so imagine somebody like The Rock said, well, wait a minute. I can take $100 million, shoot a movie, put it on Fanbase Plus, run it up, and then throw it in AMC for a little while, and then put it on Fanbase Plus, and now I don't ever have to work for the studios again. I just do $7 productions and do those independently and make my movies that way.
Exactly.
And that's what I'm saying is nothing's going to stop it. The question is who's going to own it, because it's going to happen.
Can you talk about ownership of IPs and why that's so important to just own your content?
Well, for my dad, I'll give you an example of my dad. My dad lost the rights to his music a year before I was born. And during the course of that, over these last 30 plus years, people have sampled Isaac Hayes hundreds of times. And probably made, I know for sure his catalog's made an upwards of $60 million over the course of that time. He never saw a dime of that money. Which means his kids never saw a dime of that money. Which means his grandkids never saw a dime of that money. So the ability to create generational wealth was stripped from him based off his ownership. So that's why I'm so big on ownership. That's my trauma. Who owning it? So anybody out there, when you are building something, first think about how you can protect it so no one can steal it from you. Because you have great ideas, but people will steal your people. I seen the dude that came up with very demure, very whatever, right? He was on the internet crying because somebody trademarked it.
Exactly.
And I'm like, as soon as it comes out your head, as soon as something comes out of my head, I buy the .com.
Exactly.
I trademark the word.
Me too.
I'm gonna tell you something right now. I trademark. I can talk about it. I trademarked something. I trademarked the word.
What?
Shits and giggles.
You got that?
I trademarked shits and giggles. But guess what I trademarked it for?
With that.
But guess what I trademarked it for? Toilet paper.
Oh!
Toilet paper that you can put jokes on. Shits and giggles.
Let me get some of that too. Let me get some of that.
My point is, when I come with an idea.
No, that's just too hard.
So in 2025, you go into like some restaurant, some bathroom, and you see toilet paper with jokes on it, and it's shits and giggles. You be like, I was there. I would remember when Isaac told, because I came with the idea.
He snapped.
I came with the idea. I was like, yo, I trademarked it first though. I trademarked it in toilet paper and paper products. No, shits and giggles. I need that. I need that.
Because everybody wipe their ass and look at the toilet tissue anyway.
They look at it before, they look at it after.
Yeah. That's hard.
So now I'm like, well, shit, I could do Halloween shits and giggles.
You give a motherfucker a reason to look at the shit.
Exactly.
I could do Christmas shits and giggles. I could do 4th of July jokes. I could partner with somebody like Kevin Hart and have his own.
Come on.
His own little shits and giggles.
Exactly.
Limited edition.
That shit was hard to come out, huh?
You see what I'm saying? And you laughing.
Yeah.
No,
nah, that's for real though. Because that shit really was hard to come out.
Okay.
That is the point.
Yeah.
Now you snap with that. I mean, owning that IP. So now also I want to talk about. So do we get any more production from Isaac Hayes III now? Because you know, Money in the Bank was a smash hit, sir.
So
and you do have a sound.
I do.
Yeah.
Probably not.
He making too much money.
No. Here's the reason probably why not. And it's a lesson that I learned in life, and I think everybody should understand. Sometimes we get caught up chasing success and don't realize that our talent is bigger than what we're finitely chasing.
Ooh.
So for me, I'm a creative. So I'm like, oh, well, if I can create music, I can create food. I like to cook. Or I decorated like my all my offices. I'm the one that do the interior design. I can do that.
And it's hard.
You know what I'm saying? Or I can build an app.
Yeah.
And sometimes you get caught just to show people that I'm gonna show you that I can make it. And that was me in the music business. I was like thinking around like, well, this is not really like I'm just a creative person in general. So when I think about people like Kanye was like, no, I don't have to be a producer. I can rap. I don't have to rap. I can design clothes. So once I got that mindset, it opened my eye up that I can apply my creativity to other verticals. And I actually found more success in those verticals than I did in music.
I feel you.
So that's why, you probably won't hear any more music from me. But what I learned about music licensing and music publishing with my dad, you'll definitely hear more Isaac Hayes music.
Okay, then.
You know what I'm saying? You'll definitely when you hear Glorilla, Let Her Cook, that's an Isaac Hayes sample.
Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying? Snoop Dogg got a new album coming out this month. It's got an Isaac Hayes sample on it.
Let Her Cook.
So there's you'll hear Isaac Hayes. We got unreleased stuff, so other things. We're tapping into AI, a bunch of other things right now that we're working on. So yeah, you will hear from that. And I put my hands on some things, but I still license my music for TV and film. Those checks still show up to the mailbox too.
Come on now.
And that's the quiet money.
Exactly.
I show up to the mailbox, take my checks, and put them in the bank. I'm like,
exactly.
All right, cool. Nobody knows how much money I make from licensing music on TV and film, and that gave me the capital to pursue other things. That's my Uber.
Yeah.
That's my Lyft job. That's my DoorDash. That money showing up to the mailbox, but I don't have to physically do anything. I try to populate a catalog of music and then let people use it for their. So when you watch
and
Love and Hip
Hop,
Hop,
due to the ownership.
Because I never signed a publishing deal.
Okay.
Because you can't do those.
Doing a documentary, docuseries, movie for fan base is needed, sir. I had to take your word, B. I think taking it to the next level, because you have convinced me, man, and I think the more people can see it, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, I'm just gonna get that idea to you, you know what I'm saying? Man, go ahead on and if you ain't have it, man, do a little movie, do a little something on how you got started or what you talking about, you know what I'm saying? Guerrilla market that thing, put it out there like that, because we need to see it.
Yeah, we do need to see
because you talking
this.
about it, but we need to see how a black man who
Those
didn't
are
go to
facts.
Silicon Valley
did
what Silicon Valley is talking about, and they act like they the only ones doing it.
Exactly. And
you snapped with that, sir.
He did.
Yeah.
And he definitely did.
For real.
And the fan base story writes itself every day. There's something new that happens.
Yeah.
So it'd be something I was like, oh, this is gonna be a great story. Or it'll literally be something like, oh man, it'll be like, oh, when they took subscriptions or gold checks or like there was one time, this is a really good example. There was a record by Charles Wright called Express Yourself. I don't know if you remember that old record, right? So we used that in an ad to promote one of the functionalities on Fanbase. But I found a remix album from 2005, and then there were 4 records on there, and I picked the 4th record and then used that record in the content that we made to do that. And we did that in March of this year. We launched that feature in March of this year. In April, I seen a video on Mark Zuckerberg's page. It had the same song in it. And I was like, oh. So now you're telling me that if you can't pick the music to make your $1.5 trillion CEO look cool, you're fucked if I get money. If I get the bag, it's a wrap.
Yep.
Don't let me get the money. Because that's the advantage of Fanbase. Fanbase moves at the speed of culture.
Yeah.
All these other apps move at the speed in which they can copy culture. So while I'm playing Let Her Cook right now, they'll be too behind because we already on it.
Exactly.
But whatever the artist is, whatever the trend is, whatever the dance is, we'll be way ahead.
Exactly.
And the other apps be trying to catch up with us. We're moving at the speed of culture, right into a social media platform that we own, that's monetized, that doesn't suppress your content. And again, this story wouldn't be the story that it is without it being really, really hard. Yeah. The hard part is what's gonna make it good. That's gonna make the dramatic part. The part's gonna make it good is the drama.
What was the most difficult part of the most dramatic part of this story so far for you, Isaac?
When the most dramatic, probably in the very beginning, when Apple said you can't do that. You can't let people subscribe to other people that way.
Damn.
I was like, I don't spend $200,000.
Wait, Apple told you that?
This is a true story. Everything I'm about to say is true. So we're building the app, and we go to Apple and we say, we want to do a subscription model, like you subscribe to Spotify or a game and XYZ. And this is the true story that Apple said. And they said, no. And we were like, why? They said, well, because on the back end, for Apple, we keep something for every user called a subscription profile. That means in the back end, we know that you're subscribed to Netflix. We know that you're subscribed to Spotify. We know that. You're saying that you want to build an app that, in theory, a person could subscribe to 20 people. You want it with 10 million users, and we have 2 billion subscription profiles to keep up with in the back end. You can't build that. We're not about to keep up with all that shit. You can't. And I was like, and so my CTO Ramiro, shout out Ramiro, who's the brilliant CTO that he is, said, no, listen to what they said. They said that you need a subscription profile. You can only have one. And so he said, let's follow their rules. Let's do exactly what they say and come back. And if you do this, we do this, you're about to do something that's never been done.
Ooh.
So the original MVP version, the prototype of Fanbase that we launched in the App Store, allowed you to subscribe to one person. That's a profile. But let's say I want to subscribe to more. You can go up and subscribe to 3 people. So you swap the 1 out for the 3. Or you can subscribe to 5 people. You swap the 3 out for the 5. So you have one profile, but we're allowing access to more people to subscribe. And that's the version we launched with, right? So we on the App Store. About a year later, I see this article that Instagram is testing subscriptions. Like, what do we mean? Hold on. We call them Apple?
Yeah.
We got a rep at Apple. We call our rep, I ain't gonna say her name, like, yo, we heard Instagram is like testing subscriptions. I thought y'all said we couldn't do that. Her response, verbatim, is, well, it seems Apple has had a change of heart of how they view subscriptions. Like, I bet they do, because they see how much money is in this shit.
Yeah.
People subscribing to people is going to be bigger than Netflix ever could be.
Exactly.
So I'm like, okay, that was one of the most stressful points. I was like, I thought I was done before I started.
Yeah.
But I shifted an entire multi-billion-dollar, trillion-dollar industry to acclimate to an idea that I had. That's innovation.
Exactly.
But again, I own it, and I filed a patent on it. It's patent pending. But again, like I said,
you did that.
I did that. I filed a patent for that. So if we come back and get the patent, all these other apps that have been using in-app purchase technology to subscribe peer-to-peer, that's us. So when I think about these like content migration, the ability to migrate your content from Instagram or TikTok over to Fanbase, I filed a patent for that.
Okay then.
I'm kicking my addiction, man. Cause this subscription shit, for real. He made me, man, I am no longer addicted to no followers. Fuck that. He made sense, bro. Like, for real.
I'm with you.
I'm not addicted no more.
I'm gonna let it make more sense.
That.
What's the average American salary? 47,000, 50,000, 47, 57,000 a year. Okay, cool. So all you need is 5,000 people subscribing to you. 5,000 people. Just 5,000.
Yeah.
Not 50,000, not 500,000, not a million. All you need is 5,000 people to subscribe to you at $2.50 a month. That's $12,500 a month. That's $150,000 a year. That's more money than 97% of Americans make. Just 5,000 people around the planet now.
Yeah.
Not in your neighborhood. On a planet of 6 billion people. 7 billion, no, 8 billion people, mind you, 8 billion people on Earth. All you need is 5,000 people to subscribe directly to you for $2.50 a month. That's $12,500 a month. That's $150,000 a year. That's more money than 97% of Americans make.
Facts.
Man, I'm gone. I'm gone.
But here's the thing. The hard part is, again, is doing it.
Yeah.
Because because when I look at Cost and when I look at some of the podcasters, I see how they started in 2016. And now they have 30,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
However long it took you to get your 100. When did you start this?
2015, I was at 200 subscribers.
Thank you. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it takes time.
Yeah.
And so, but most people, they get, my engagement. I'm like, bro, it's going to take.
No, it's going to take some time.
I remember Casanat was a kid in his bedroom with little dreads this short. Like, looking like a little kid. On Twitch, making up followers, making up little scenarios where people like doing all that. And that was like 6, 7 years. He's a teenager. He's 22 now. 7, 8 years.
All right, check this out though. On YouTube, you have subscribers that are paid, and you have subscribers that just subscribe.
Yeah.
What'll be the difference on Fanbase? Do y'all get it like that, or they have to pay to subscribe?
No, they pay to subscribe because you're putting additional content behind the paywall.
Okay.
But you can put that behind a story, behind a live, behind a photo or video, behind a long form post, or even in an audio room. So imagine you ever heard of meet and greets?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be cool to talk to one of your favorite artists?
Okay.
Have a conversation with them? Like that would be cool. Imagine if Chris Brown said, "I'm doing a virtual meet and greet on Fanbase. I'm making a subscriber pay room, and I'm gonna talk to my fans." When I see these artists on X talking Cardi B and all them,
for free.
I'm like, for free.
I do it.
And you on a platform, on a platform that you don't own. Imagine if you bought some shares. And then when it had your so now you're making money on the front end and the back end.
I do exactly.
That's what I mean by the intentionality We have to be intentional. Here's why we have to be intentional. Black culture is the smallest and most influential culture group on earth. So we have to protect and be intentional about the things that we do because our movement reverberates globally.
Yeah.
And the reason why that is extremely important and needed is because there is no African America outside of America. Mm-hmm. So a Japanese person can come to the United States of America, immigrate to America, and give all the Japanese culture they want to because there's a Japan to go back to, or there's a Jamaica to go back to, or there's a Ghana to go back to. There is no African America outside of America. So the things we make up like hip hop and jazz and all the apps, we need to own the infrastructure of those things because there is no ground zero for that because we get assimilated into the entire culture. Exactly. That's why people talk about like, why is it so hard for black people, but easier for people from other countries? I'm gonna give you the first reason why it's easier, because they don't speak the language. We do.
Yeah.
So when I drive down Beaver Highway, when all the signs turn to Spanish, that means they need a Spanish grocery store, a doctor, a bank. Yeah. They need a school. Yeah. So their money circulates in their community just based off their language. Or you go a little further, it's Korean. Yeah. But we speak English. Who else speaks English? White people. Yeah. So who's gonna be at the bottom? Us.
Come on.
So when you see them little acronyms that we be posting, or when people be in school talking about you talk ghetto and improper, no, keep talking like that. Because that's how you create a language that, see, no, they want you to talk like that so that they can get your money, because that's how you communicate. Yeah. I seen a post I literally seen some shit on Fanbase the other day. The title of a room was a bee, an emoji with sunglasses, a woman, a peach, and a ninja. And when I saw it, I literally said it. Yeah. I said, be cool, bitch ass nigga. I said, oh shit. We got our own language. We don't even understand. Like, we understand ourselves so much. Because you could put a bee, a cool emoji with glasses, a woman emoji, a peach, and a ninja. And I read that shit like, be cool, bitch ass nigga. I'm like,
hieroglyphics.
I said, oh my God.
Come on.
I was like, we missing out. You understand? Yeah. Language is like such a necessity to building an economy.
That's right.
And we speak the language of culture. But again, we don't build an economy around it because we don't own the infrastructure. So I'm tired. Like, I'm over it. Like, be mad. Like stay on X if you want to.
We were just talking
stay
about
on all these platforms. And here's the
crazy.
thing. I tell you right now, I'm not leaving none of them, but I have a reason. Because I'm marketing and promoting Fanbase.
Yeah, to send them back.
StartEngine.com/Fanbase, you want to invest. StartEngine.com/Fanbase, the minimum to invest is $3.99. Invest. But I'm there. But my point is, why are you there?
Yeah.
Why are you giving Black Twitter to X?
Hey, we taking Turk's world of Fanbase, man.
Listen. I'm telling you that. We have to be.
Because it ain't no coincidence, bro. Me and this man just were talking about what you talking about. Yeah. You know, I'm talking about 10 minutes before you walked in.
You have to move with intentionality as a black person because we freestyle greatness. It's like this. We talking about P.
Yeah.
I remember looking at Pimp My Ride.
Yeah.
I remember when they had the Impalas with the TVs in the headrest.
Yeah.
PlayStation in it. LED ceilings and the light. Yeah. Fast forward. What do Rolls Royces look like?
Yeah.
What do Mercedes look like?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But we don't own no car company.
Come on.
Then I'll go on ChatGPT and pull up a list of 100 black inventions. I'll see ice cream in an ice cream soup. We aren't Edie or Breyers. You know what I'm saying? We ain't Ben and Jerry's, right? On. Or the alarm system invented by a black woman. We're not ADT. We're not Brinks. We're not Ring. So that's my point. So that's why I say that's why I be like, yo, man, we got this new era with AI. We gonna get left behind if we don't start circling the wagons on our culture and build infrastructure around it. We gonna get left in the dust.
But it take money to get it. So how do we get the money though?
What do you mean? You invest.
Well, answer me this though, Isaac. What is your biggest struggle and hurdle right now that you need help to get over that we as a people can help you to get there so we can have an action item to do?
I'm not gonna lie. It's literal money.
Okay.
My point is this. Okay, I'll give you a prime example. Now watch this. This is election happens. Boom. Yeah. Trump win.
Yeah.
All the white people on X are furious at Elon Musk. And they say, you know what? We're going to Blue Sky. You heard about this shit?
Yeah, I heard about that.
Okay. I've been on Blue Sky for 2 years. 2.5 years. Blue Sky's not better than Twitter.
Yeah.
But they said, we're standing on business and we're leaving X. We're going to Blue Sky.
Yeah.
Blue Sky got 6 million users in a week. Mark my words. January 2025, February, they're going to like, Blue Sky raises $100 or $200 million in $1 billion valuation because white folks stood on business. They moved. They're at the top of the app store right now, and those same VCs are calling, like I said, like the label, and about to give them a check. And now they'll be able to catch Twitter. They'll be able to build better.
Yeah.
So it's not that I can beat TikTok and Instagram and Clubhouse. I can beat all of them. I just need. Do you want me to build that shit in a year, or you want me to build that shit in a month?
Yeah.
I'm raising $17 million right now. I raised 3 of the 17. If I had all 17 right now, we would build streaming for video gamers. I'd build dark mode. I'll build a version of Twitter.
Yeah.
I could build all that at the same time. Not have to think about pausing one to do the other.
Yeah, I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? I could triple my development team.
Yeah.
It's capital. And black folks don't get capital. That's why equity crowdfunding is so important, because the banks don't give you money.
Facts.
And the VCs don't. Here's the thing, without me even being involved, less than 1% of all VC dollars in 2023 and 2024 went to black startups. Less than 1%.
My God.
Of $300 billion went to black people. So I'm like, okay, we do it ourselves. And we own it this time. This time we invest in it, we own it, we run it up, sell that bitch, and do it again. That's the point that we have to be.
Well, that's what we're about to do. I just wanted to have the action item so we could call the people out to let them know exactly what it is we need them to do.
They coming.
Yeah.
After this motherfucking show,
we about to get
coming.
That was my main thing. Because see, I just needed to understand what it was that you were trying to do, what it is that you need.
Yeah.
And I mean, once the folks understand that and the support comes in, we're going to get it done.
And that's what I needed understanding, bro. That's the thing. Like, we need more people out educating. Like, we need more people like you, because you came here and you basically educated me and B.
Yeah, so what the hell is going on?
How do you invest in the education of, what you're trying to accomplish? Because, we need more like you.
I always share the information about investing and why that's important, because, again, people don't understand this is a rare, like no one's doing this.
Yeah.
Again, this is name another time that somebody said, hey, they building an Instagram part 2, or they building a TikTok part 2, or Clubhouse part 2, or Twitter part 2, but you want to own it?
Yeah.
When have you heard that before? Never.
Exactly.
Nevuary.
Yeah.
Never heard of it. So, because I know, like they know, I can sit in a room with Zuckerberg and Elon and all them and look them dead in the eyes like I'm talking to y'all and say, your apps don't work without black people. If we leave, it's over with.
Exactly.
And if you don't believe me,
it's not a lot of Isaac Hayes Juniors though, bro. And I got to say, we need more people like you to be able to push it. You know what I'm saying?
But
what we gonna do about that?
But here's the thing. This is why I love Atlanta. I'm never leaving. This is why I built the company here.
Come on now.
Because this is where I say everywhere else, and this is no shade. Trust me. This is just circumstance. Just hear what I'm about to say. Don't nobody get offended. Please don't. Every other place that you live outside of Atlanta as a black person, you are taught that you either have to align or permeate white supremacy to make money as a black person. It means you got to do the deal with this person.
Yeah.
You got to work with them, or you got to fight to get in, to get your respect, like all the film directors wanted to do. And meanwhile, Tyler Perry drove his black ass from New Orleans or from Louisiana up to Atlanta, Georgia, and sold his culture to his people to the tune of, here's the thing, that's what I'm saying. How is he the one he's the least connected to Hollywood? Yeah. And the most powerful and richest out of all of them. He's the one he's the least connected to Hollywood. He's the least integrated with Hollywood, but he's the most powerful and the most successful. That ain't nobody's secret.
Facts.
He built his own shit.
But Tyler, we need you down here. Like we need you. Like
he here.
Exactly.
Now he here, but we need him. You feel me? It's a difference. Cause he could, you know what I'm saying? Cause to be honest, I moved to Atlanta, and I'm gonna keep on saying it.
Yeah.
I have a movie, Tyler Perry.
Okay.
We from New Orleans together, Tyler.
Yeah.
I said I'm moving to Atlanta to meet Tyler Perry, and I ain't met him yet. I've been here 3 years, man, and I'm on Beehive Podcast. So Tyler, holla.
But see,
Isaac Head call y'all, I call y'all, Beehive call y'all. I'm saying they call y'all. We calling your ass
but
out.
here's the thing.
We need you.
You gotta go where Tyler is.
I've been there. I don't see him.
No, you got to know. Trust me. I've like you just gotta go where he is. Cause I'm an opportunist in that fashion.
Okay.
And what I mean by that is like you take every opportunity that's presented to you because you never know where that's gonna lead. I was the producer that never said no.
Yeah.
Regardless of what the record was.
Yeah.
The only reason that Money in the Bank exists is because I did a record on Rough Riders Ride or Die Volume 4 on an artist named Flashy Freddie, who you probably don't even know.
Yeah.
And the only reason that record exists is because his manager wound up being the music supervisor on ATL, which I sent the beats to.
Yeah.
And then they mixed Money in the Bank, and then I got it in the movie, and then leaked the record.
Okay.
So if I wouldn't have took the unsexy job,
Yeah.
like, oh no, I only want to work on T.I. album and all this other. No, I don't care who I don't care what it was.
Yeah.
I'm producing it.
Okay.
I'm a
Damn
producer.
right.
And so my point is that it's like people mistake like success is like people take success for granted or opportunity for granted. Meaning in your life you might get 100 buses to make it to the top, but guess what? Bus 2 was the one that was gonna make you a billionaire, and you let that one go by.
Exactly.
You didn't feel like going to the studio that day.
All it takes is one.
You didn't answer that email. Can you come down here and read these lines real quick? Nah, I can't. I've seen people do that, become movie stars.
My God.
I've seen people like, can you come down here and read this line for I'm in commercials.
Yeah.
Or the shit blew up. I don't know what I'm doing. And it's so you have to be opportunistic because success is just the intersection of opportunity meeting preparation.
That's right.
When the opportunity presents itself and you're prepared, that is success. It's simple as that. So don't be so egotistical that you can't sing. Hey, let me hear you sing. No, not today. Let me hear you freestyle. No, not right now. You can download my, no, right now.
Come on.
Because you never know who that is. You never know who's in the room. You never know who's within earshot.
Yeah.
You never know who's around. So you cannot be so arrogant to not really grind. And that's me. People think that I come from money.
Yeah.
I don't come from money. My dad lost his money. Like I said, I grew up. In middle school. I slept in a bed with my mom through middle school.
My God.
And my sister slept in the other. It wasn't even a bedroom. It was like a little living room outside with my other sister on the floor. All the middle school and high school.
Yeah.
My sister slept in a bed with my mom, and then I had my own room because I'm a boy.
Yeah.
In a 2-bedroom condominium.
Yeah.
I didn't come from money.
Come on.
And that's the thing that I think actually, builds character in a person. Is the
Damn
struggle.
right.
It's the understanding of what hard work means. I had a 9-to-5 job.
Yeah.
I used to ride the bus
Come
from
on.
Ponce de Leon all the way up to Amwile Industrial.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To work at the linen loft and make my little linen loft money and cash my little linen loft
Yeah.
checks. But knowing that I wanted to be a producer and said the only way I'm gonna do this is I gotta quit and jump out there and just go for it.
Exactly.
And never turn down an opportunity. That's what I mean. I couldn't turn down an opportunity because the bills is due.
Come on.
Rent got due. So I was like, shit, I gotta always do it. So I can't turn down an opportunity.
Exactly.
And so we get too comfortable and lazy and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, no, we have to move black people have to move differently. We have to move with intentionality because every move we make, it turns into something. I'll give you a prime example.
Talk to me.
Okay, so when Kendrick dropped his album?
About 3 days ago.
Okay, Kendrick dropped his album 3 days ago. I seen on the internet today a post from McDonald's. You know the song with a beat switch?
Yeah.
And he goes, mustard! Remember that shit?
Yeah, that's the hats off or some shit like that.
TV off, right?
TV off, yeah.
Okay, if you go look at McDonald's social media right now,
I saw that.
it says, honey mustard!
Yeah.
We giving away the sauce. Literally. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm saying. It's like, yo, we gotta be like just a simple move. We be like,
Exactly.
it'll turn into some shit and they'll make $1 billion on that shit.
Come on.
Look, all I see is black people in Cybertrucks.
Exactly.
All I see is black people in them Tesla Cybertrucks. All I see is putting the wrap on them and making them look fly and colors and all the lights on. All I see is black people doing that.
We gotta stop beefing with each other.
And paying
man.
$200. The trucks cost like $60,000. People paying $250 for a Cybertruck. Why are you paying $250 for a Cybertruck? When you could build your own electric car company.
Exactly.
What do we do? Like that's what I'm saying. It's like we don't see. But my point is, outside of Atlanta, that's all people think they do.
Yeah.
That I got to partner with them.
Yeah.
Like no shade to Swiss and Tim, but they took Versus to X with Elon. Why? You're bigger than X.
Yeah.
Versus is bigger than that.
Yeah.
Versus was on 5 platforms.
Exactly.
Versus was on Facebook, Instagram,
Triller.
Twitter,
I didn't know
Triller.
they do that.
It was on all them platforms, and you went and did a deal, just an exclusive deal with him. Why? You're bigger than that.
I think they just wanted to sell and get the hell on.
But they didn't sell it. They just brought the platform there.
Oh my God.
To a guy that's like, again, people are sitting over. Again, I seen Cardi B on X the other day. I'm like, what are y'all doing? I don't get mad. I seen Joe Budden. Joe Budden had a room on X 2 days ago talking about
And it's audio.
Audio room on X talking about Kendrick album with like thousands of people in there. He don't own that. He could buy stock in fan base and do the same thing.
Hey man, fan base.
But again, I'm telling you that people, we're competing with each other rather than to be in collaboration. And I get it. People count my pockets. Yeah. That's the number one thing I think that holds.
That's what it is.
I think the number one thing that gives resistance to me, because I'll tell you another true story. True story. There's an app called Riff that came out.
That.
Riff was out.
I was on that too.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah, because everybody's a social media guru.
You want to hear who invested in Riff? Ooh. I'll tell you. You ready? QC.
Sure did.
Top Dog Entertainment.
Sure did.
Empire, the record company.
Sure did. He know.
I think Tip invested.
Yeah.
Sure did.
All the people investing in Riff. They raised like $10 to $12 million. Where Riff at? Gone.
I don't hear about it no more.
It's out of business.
Damn.
It doesn't exist anymore.
Damn.
Cause I did an episode on there with Tip too.
Yeah. It doesn't exist anymore. It doesn't exist anymore. Like it was like you come, like I dropped some music. Yeah, you can listen to music and talk and all that.
Yeah, I got exclusive drop. It about to drop. Bop, bop, bop. I got all my fan come. Basically a listening party.
But guess what? I asked some of those people, I'm not gonna say who, to invest in fan base, and they didn't. And they went and invested in Riff. And some white people started Riff. And that's what I mean. That's what I mean by, okay, I asked you to invest in fan base. You seen it before Riff ever even came around. I've seen startups founded to compete with fan base and come and go.
Exactly.
Founded by Asian or white founders. Yeah. They've raised 40 million, 35 million,
it's
20 million.
It's time for fan base, bro. I believe. You came here and sat with Turk, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, hey, man.
We gonna campaign with you.
You know what I'm saying? I really feel like it because I was on there, bro, and I liked the infrastructure and everything. I just didn't understand. So now, like I say, like sometimes we just don't understand. Like we need that education.
Did you understand? I didn't understand Instagram when it first came out. Think about this. Let me ask you this: if you had to compare fan base to Snapchat when it first came out, or Instagram, the first version of Instagram, the first version of Snapchat, the first version of Musical.ly, which became TikTok.
Yeah.
Fanbase is 100 times better than those
But
platforms.
you know what was the difference? We saw it all over. So it's like when we seeing things.
But how did we see it?
We getting on social media and we seeing it from advertising and promotion marketing, whatever they doing.
The founders of Instagram literally said Snoop Dogg is the reason that Instagram blew up.
Damn.
Google it.
Yeah.
Google it. We did it.
Okay.
You hear about it because us. I met the guys, ironically, the guys that own Triller before the company that owns Triller now. I met with them.
We did it.
And he was like, you know what blew Triller up? Atlanta. Yeah. He literally told me this. He was like, yeah, like Triller was like the black version of TikTok.
Yeah.
And then they sold it to the guys that had it. And then they started doing with Charles D'Amelio and throwing the fight parties and all that. And then started being like not inviting the black creators around. And then everybody black went to TikTok and started blowing it up. But he's like, oh yeah, it blew up. That's what blew up Triller was black people. We blow everything up.
Don't worry about it, fan
Well, no, we about to get on board.
Yeah.
We about to get on board, man. I mean, it's time.
But
I need some paraphernalia in here so I can sit it on the table. You see what I'm saying?
I get you.
I like I say, man, I be liking to hear things and learn about it. And that's the only thing that kept me from it because I liked it. Everything that I was hearing, but I didn't understand it.
We have such a skepticism about, and I have that same skepticism. So, and I'm pretty sure that Kanye West did when he started doing shoes. They were like, yeah, it's cool, do your shoes. You know what I'm saying? But it took time, and then more and more, and people will reject you and tell you no, and it's not going to work, and they'll look at you from the sidelines like, yeah, let's see if you do this shit. I know all this. See, I'm not sensitive. I'm not going to say I don't have emotions, but I'm a very logical person, and I can understand the apprehension that people will have because they've never seen anybody that looks like me try to do some shit like this. So they're like, you can't do that. Yeah. That ain't gonna work. I don't believe that's gonna happen. You're not gonna be able to take on Mark Zuckerberg and go and try to go toe to toe with Instagram. And I was like, I don't have to.
Yeah.
All I gotta do is
get my people on board.
I don't have to be worth 1.5 trillion.
Exactly.
I can be worth 100 billion.
And I'm not mad.
And that the largest distribution of wealth ever at one time for black people was when Bob Johnson sold BET. I want to obliterate that.
Ooh.
I want to obliterate that. I want to be standing in a room with 20,000 people as we're either ringing the bell at the NASDAQ or I'm signing the papers that this huge-ass conglomerate is about to acquire a fan base, and everybody behind me is about to be a 500,000-aire, a 250,000-aire, a 10 millionaire, a 20 millionaire, or a billionaire. Like, and they're all black people. Because then now we got the recipe, we got the roadmap.
Exactly.
Oh, you go start a car company, you go start an airline, you go start a grocery store. We'll all invest in it. I'm only driving your car. I'm only flying on your airline. I'm only eating from your food. Let's do it again.
And to make that happen for fan base, what is it that we need to do, Isaac?
Go to startengine.com/fanbase to invest. The minimum to invest is $399. They get you 60 shares of stock in Fanbase. It's $665 a share. Here's the thing. You're going to input what you want to invest. You got to fill out a bunch of information, and it's going to look complicated and scary, and it's going to look, oh my God, like you want my name, and they're going to ask me for my social security number because you're buying stock. So this is a whole nother thing that you're owning. You're buying security. So they're going to ask you those questions. They're going to ask you how much money you make. Even if you got, just put something down. Just put down what you think you make. The point is to get to the point that you can invest. When you invest, your money goes in escrow. Then your money, you get an email saying, do you want to confirm your investment? Once you confirm, they'll send that money to a bank account for us. Once we put that money in our Fanbase account, you're invested. And that might take 2 days to a week.
How long is this round open?
Till we close it. So we're at 3.3 million, about 3.3 million. It closes when we get to 17 million. But again, the faster that I raise this capital, if I were to take this and if I had, like I said, if I had $17 million a day, Instagram and all, they'd be pissing in their pants right now. Because they'd be like, oh, it's going up. They would be worried.
Come on.
That's when the phone ring like, so you do want to sell Fanbase?
Yeah.
So you want to get off right now? I'm like, nah, because if I get out, no, I'm trying to get us all rich. I'm not trying to. It's over for that.
Come on.
We trying to build something that everybody has. But again, and if you don't
paradigm shift, sir.
But 2025 is gonna, and is gonna be a paradigm shift. And I asked ChatGPT. I posted this and I'm gonna read it. I said this morning. I said the current value of Instagram is $200 billion. The current value of TikTok is $120 billion. The current value of Fanbase is $160 million. I said, buy stock in Fanbase, then download the app, create an account, migrate your content from TikTok and Instagram to Fanbase. 2 million monthly active users on Fanbase could potentially increase the value of Fanbase to $1.6 billion, increasing your investment 10x. Even though this statement is theoretical, go ask ChatGPT. So when you see this, take exactly what I said. And I asked ChatGPT that question. And ChatGPT gave me a very, very relevant answer. And I'll read you what the answer said. The answer that ChatGPT said, and here's the answer. And it summed it up. This is the question. He says, the scenario you described is intriguing and theoretically possible, but there are several factors to consider. Valuation growth, user migration, which means the people got to come there. 10x returns on investment is highly appealing, but it depends on the platform's ability to rapidly scale its user base. But who controls that? We do, by simply moving there, right? The timing, while it's possible, typically growth doesn't happen overnight, but doubling a user base often requires sustained effort, capital investment, and strong energy to capture the market share. But again, more people show up, my phone rings, y'all want to, okay, we want to invest in Fanbase, I build what you want to build. You want dark mode, I get to ask for dark mode once a week. Yeah. Okay, but it's going to take a while to build dark mode. Yeah. We need carousels. I want to give everything to everybody, all the things that they want, but I need the capital to do it. And case in point, I've never taken a salary. This entire time I worked for Fanbase, I've never paid myself to work at the company. Because that $200,000, I could pay myself a year, $150,000. That I could have. That's my development team.
Exactly.
I don't need to do that. I don't need to pay myself. I'm in it for the long haul.
Exactly.
I'm in it for everybody getting here to get together, and especially with younger users. I'm telling you, y'all wanna. We ain't never listen. I'm gonna tell everybody. I know it's gonna be successful. The question is, are you going to be watching the story, or are you going to be part of the story?
Y'all heard the man. Get down with the movement. Be High Radio. Shout it. Isaac Hayes the third, the original Hot Boy himself. Turd.
Yeah.
We go. Gotcha.